All right. So we have this. This is where we left off with our seat. We're control click, which make this bottom seat. Take this and we'll rotate this. Or we can make it ourselves a whole nother bottom seat. I'm just doing it like this. Save the tutorial. I'll press E to move, and I'll press W for object space because I want to scale this, but I want to scale it along this object. So have it right here. See, if I scale it this way, I can scale it along this axis, which makes it slide along this. But if I had W for this, it's like I can't get the action really. So let me press W again. Have this right here. And this is just for the sake of this tutorial. And if I'm doing this for real, I'm making a whole nother seat, you know? So yeah, we have this, and then T to scale. Yeah, because in the reference, this part's like a little bit bigger. You know, if we have to, let's just go sculpt. Let me do inflate. Matter of fact, I'll get a bigger brush. And I'd rather do this with the FFD, but whatever reason, it's not working like I like. So I'll just puff this up and then I'll just smooth it out. So this can be used for like sofas and cushions and pillows and anything that's like fluffy. Yeah. Let me just do an inflate over here real quick. And one more smooth and then be done with it. All right, cool. Now we'll go back to our startup. So we already have these two, 9. Click, click, control click, just moving on over. You know, I could even go like this. And then for this type of thing, I'd probably sculpt on this one just to make it a little bit different. That's just because I'm obsessed with the details. Take this right here, and we have the outside one. We can like scale it if we want to. It's on you how you want to do it. Well, look at the pivots off, right? So I'll press L. So I'll press E to move. L, press it once. I mean, L, hold it down. And then I have to move this to the center of this object. So now when I press T to scale, I scale it like this. E. Yeah. right, cool. So now we have this, right? So now we need to make the part on the bottom, the box. Well, we just stay consistent, get a new box. And then I'll go over here. Scale this out. This. Put it under here. Now I'll give this a fillet. It looks like there's a vent, I believe. Just put one there just because. Then we'll have this. C to make it editable. I'll go over here, get my edges, UL, get this shift, T to scale, scale this out. Because remember, we just want to be even. UL, this, shift, T, scale like this. And then I can do a faces, select this face right here. Right click, and I can do extrude. Remember, clicking, dragging that way, drag it back. Can't see anything because create caps is on. So now we can grab this, kind of put it where we need to put it. And then we have this right here, right? So I press 9 to quit. Now check this out. I'm gonna right click and go to, where's it at? Right click, go to, it's not disconnect, split. So now I have this face. It's a copy of this face. Now I'll take this face right here, right click, and I'll go to loop path cut. I'll click one time and then I'll click a bunch of times. 9 to quit. And I'll select this one. Let me zoom in. Let me do it in NB. No, let me do it NG so I can see it's a little better. Let's go in. And then my selection right here is kind of large. That's why I'm selecting 2 at a time. So if I middle mouse button click and I make it smaller, so I can make it wider and smaller, I'm gonna choose every other piece. Well, at least up to that point. Delete, NB. Now I'll grab this right here, and then I'll do a control, not control. I'll select the component, right click, like faces or something, and then we'll do an extrude, click and drag. Now this is a time where we don't really need the backs because we're not going to see them. So we can make this, like this. Now take this, press 9 to quit because the tool's still active. And look at the pivot, it's all the way over there. So I'll just press L, hold down L and move it over here. So now the pivot's close to the object, and then we can put this right here. And then I'll press T to scale, just to push it into the wall, NG, just so it's not like flush. Just a little bit, NB. So we have this now. And then of course, if you want these to be like smaller, something like that, we could just take this and then just do a control click and make another row. And now we have that. And then for this one right here, we already, I was thinking about giving another bevel over here, but I'll just leave that as is. And of course, as always, if this part right here, let me move this out the way. This part right here is too much. Grab this, these, and we can move it wherever. Nice. Now let me get my rectangle selection and just grab the whole thing, move it up. And let me do it in A. And now we have ourselves a metro seat. Of course, we could take this and make it a little bit better, or even flip it. Click, shift, 180. I still got that gap. There we go. And always stay organized. So I click on this, and then I do a Alt G, seat, back, shift, 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 Alt G, GRP. I'm gonna look for this too, labeling. And we have this down here. Vent base. Always try to put underscores. Vent base, and then we have Alt G. Vent slack. I don't know. GRP. And then we select the whole thing. And then do Alt G. And then do metro seat. So now we can apply the objects to a group. So we just need one material for this whole seat cushion group, you know, one for the vents, and everything's neatly organized inside of this group. There we have our metro seat.